Hello, geometry people. We are continuing our study of parallel lines. Today we're just going to introduce some algebra into the equations or into the problems that we've been doing, and we're going to have equations. So in the diagram at the top you see two lines, and we're given the information that line AB is parallel to CD, and the third line EF is called the transversal. And you see the 8 angles I have numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You see there's 3 problems down below. We're going to solve each one. When you're doing parallel line problems like this with equations, you have 2 options. The angles are either going to be equal, so you set each angle equal and solve them, or the angles are going to be supplementary, which means you add them together and equal 180. It's one or the other. It's going to be nothing else but those 2. So even if you're just guessing, you have a 50-50 chance. But we can do a lot better than just guessing. Now, let's do the first one over here. We're given angle 3 and angle 6. So you go up to the diagram up here, and you see here's angle 3 and here's angle 6. So to determine if they're equal or supplementary, if you can recall that angle 3 and 6 are alternate interior angles, and you know from the notes they're going to be equal, that's going to be correct. Angle 3 is equal to angle 6. Now let's just say you can't remember that they're alternate interior angles, and you just go by what you see. Well, if you see angle 3 is an acute angle, angle 6 is also an acute angle. If they're both acute, they're going to have to be equal to each other. If they look like they're equal, then they are equal. So you said angle 3 equal to angle 6. 2x plus 40 equals 3x plus 20. Let's start by minusing 2x from each side, the smaller variable. 40 equals x plus 20 minus 20. And you get an answer of 20 equal to x. If you also recall, 3 and 6 kind of make the letter Z. And if they make the letter Z, then they're also going to be alternate interior angles and equal. Let's look at the next example, 3 and 5. Look to the diagram where 3 and 5 are located. 3 and 5 are both on the same side of the transversal, and they're inside the parallel lines, so that's called interior angles on the same side of the transversal. And if we recall from last class, that means they are supplementary. So that means angle 3 plus angle 5 is going to equal to 180. Now if you just look at them, you see angle 3 is an acute angle, which means less than 90. Angle 5 is an obtuse angle, greater than 90. Well, they can't be equal if one's acute and one's obtuse, and if they're not equal, it means they have to be supplementary. So our equation is 4x minus 10 plus 2x minus 20 equals 180. Here our first step is to combine like terms. 4x and 2x is 6x. And when you combine a negative 10 and a negative 20, you get negative 30 equals 180. And then you add the 30, you get 6x equals 210. Uh-oh, that's not going to come out even. Let's pause there for a second. I may go back and change that angle. See if I made a mistake in writing down my original equation. Okay, I just did a double check. Everything's fine. I just had a brain fart, I guess you call it, with the arithmetic, because 6 does go into 210 evenly. So let me divide by 6, and I get x is equal to 35. Okay. Now the last one, we're given 3 and 7. Well, let's look where the 3 and 7 are located. Here's angle 3, here's angle 7. What do we notice about those 2 angles? Well, they're both in the lower left position. That means they are corresponding angles. They're in the same position, and corresponding angles are equal. So angle 3 does equal angle 7. And then if you just look at it, 3 and 7 are both acute, and if they're both acute, they have to be equal also. So it's 7x plus 1 is equal to 5x plus 19. Let's start by moving the smaller variable, which is the 5x. 2x plus 1 is 19 minus 1. 2x is 18 divided by 2. X is 9. So just a quick summary on algebra problems with parallel lines. You look at the position where the angle is located, and then you make the decision, are the angles equal or are the angles supplementary? Those are your two options to do this. And best of luck on your assignment.